Mongoose Magic Moments, the Tsebokolodi Yellow Mongoose Group. Hello friends, it's the 18th of October 2021. It's just before sunset here in the Meerkat Magic Valley Reserve of the Meerkat Magic Conservation Project. I'm currently seated at one of the main sleeping burrows of the Tsebokolodi Yellow Mongoose Group, experiencing mongoose magic moments. I'm delighted to say that all 5 individuals are safe within the group, and it looks like the dominant female is pregnant right now. Both of the yearlings have survived that were born over this year, 2021. The names are Shongololo and Tokolosh. That's one of the youngest there. This is the dominant female, Tsebokolodi. That was a growl warning from the dominant male, Ngyabonga. Sawubona is over there. So they're darting in and out of the burrow right now. Looks like they're busy inspecting it before going to sleep in about half an hour's time. And that's lovely. One of the rare opportunities to see everybody at the burrow. So all 5 individuals are alive and well. Very happy that they're all thriving right now. And it's a cloudless day today. It's been about 36 degrees centigrade. There's a slight breeze picking up now. And in the distance, the Great Black Mountain Range is clear of snow as we move towards the furnace of the summer months, where temperatures will rise to well over 45 degrees centigrade. It's a very slow process getting the new generation to tolerate my presence. Of course, I have been studying this particular wild group of yellow mongooses, Cynictis Penicillata, since 2008. And I've watched many generations being born into this particular family. That's again a warning. That is in fact now from the mother to one of her own offspring, so she's no longer provisioning them. It's taken much longer than it does with meerkats, which is usually about 3 months. And after that, no begging is tolerated from adults. If anybody comes up and looks for food, alright, no alarm given. That was a black-headed heron, Ardea melanocephala. It's a non-threat to the mongooses. It was just a brief glance, and that's actually what caught my attention to look up. Again, this is a hands-off research project. No animals are captured or handled or marked. It's just a very, very slow process of doing natural demographics, long-term mortality and natality. It's unique in the world in this study area to be able to observe yellow mongooses going about their natural lives over so many years. I've also studied them on the western coastline near Heidelberg and Witsundt, and up in the Kalahari Desert too. Characteristic features, of course, of the yellow mongoose are the very beautiful yellowy markings. In some areas they're almost red. In Botswana they can be grey, however, but the white tip is highly characteristic. These are the 2 yearlings right now, right next to each other. Shongololo and Tokolosh. Now, Shongololo was the name I previously gave to a dominant female meerkat group in the Kalahari, and in this area a dominant male yellow mongoose from many years ago, so it's been reused now. And although the common name is being reused, each individual here has a unique identifying code. And there's that foraging going on there. There are so many caterpillars and coleoptera larvae right now because of the great rainfall we've had this year after so many years of terrible drought. All of these flowers are attracting a great diversity of insects. That's just a reassurance, looking back at me briefly and then away. The yearling over there still becoming more tolerant of my movements, and there you can see looking away again. This is highly subjective per individual, because each individual, like with meerkats and other animals I've studied in the wild, has their own tolerance, which they build with associative learning over time. Dominant female having a lovely stretch over there. You may see her start to nod off in a moment. It's a lovely time of the day to be watching them because they are very settled down. There's no need to go off and forage frantically, especially with times of abundance like this where they've been eating all sorts of juicy grubs most of the day. And there we have one of the reasons I call it mongoose magic moments right there now. It's an incredible privilege for me to be able to sit here. I remember being hundreds of meters away for many years, gradually getting closer and closer using telescopes for observation, 60 times Nikon scopes, and eventually switching over to binoculars, Pentax, 20 times, and then 8 times, 12, 10s, etc., and eventually not needing the binoculars. It's a very slow process. Being a research biologist, when you are not using artificial tagging or radio telemetry of any sort like BioTrack or Telonics. Urine mark over there. It's also quite unusual to see that in this particular area. They've changed to this part of the burrow now. It's becoming a new midden, communal latrine or toilet. A bit of allo grooming initiated by a yearling. It looks to be Shongololo towards the dominant male. It was only a very brief reciprocity there, and then he stopped grooming. It's more of a greet groom rather than an extensive cleaning of external parasites. It's time for social bonding at this time of the day. As with meerkats, they'll spend a significant amount of their time making sure the group bond is very well maintained. All right, until next time, friends, stay safe out there, and remember, mongooses are our friends. It's a great privilege to have them living wild and free on your property. They are not to be persecuted. They have a critical role to play in the ecosystem. Stay safe.